Okay, I'm not sure where I stopped there, but part two. Uh, so pretty much, yeah, when I was younger, um, uh, I don't have any sisters. I was the only girl. I was the youngest, so nobody wanted to hang out with me. Even all my cousins were boys. Um, they're okay with me now, but you know, they didn't want anything to do with me, so I was kind of just cast out. I read a lot of books, um, and that was pretty much that. Um, and then growing up in the 80s, 90s, show my age, um, if you were chubby, you just got bullied a lot. So I've always kind of been a loner. That's cool. I mean, I like being alone. Um, but, in my family, when I was 13, being the youngest, somehow it ended up that I was the head of the damn household. Um, you know, a lot of people want to tell these stories about me right now because they think they know something about me, but they don't. I was the head of my household at 13. And this is a real story. And so I started working then. I started maintaining my household then and taking care of everybody else. And I think that's ultimately where I learned to overextend myself. But I didn't know any different. All the women in my family always did it. And they always overextended themselves to men. And no offense, because listen, I love them all, who were ungrateful. So again, that's all you see. But, I mean, we're conditioning. It's all kind of in the programming. It's in the programming. You don't know any better. We're programmed to think that's fine. And then we pass it on to our kids. But I'll get onto that later. So, yeah, I mean, and I'm going to say trigger warning because I'm really just want to speak freely. That's why a lot of people's confidence is shit. You know? And so, yeah, I was thinking about, hell, even when I was born, not even born, well, in my mother's stomach, because my biological father was abusive, he, to spite my mother, he tried to murder me in her stomach. Obviously, I'm here, so I was born a warrior. Um, yeah, and then kidnapped me after. So, I was born. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Uh, we'll see if I get to that one. But ultimately, the reasoning for this is there's so much emotional abuse happening, narcissistic abuse. And there's a lot of people, women and men, women, men, children. It's not age or gender based. There's a lot of this shit going on. And it's so hard to prove. It really is. It's hard to prove. You can't walk into a courtroom and do that, and say something like that. I mean, you leave a narcissist, you know that the whole drill is coming. So you have some other stuff, your defamation, you've got your, I mean, listen, the whole spiel. But proving narcissistic abuse, proving emotional abuse is not an easy task. And it's basically one person saying something to another person. If you're dealing with narcissistic abuse, you know that there's a smear campaign already happening. where they've already twisted your narrative and everybody else has already jumped on the bandwagon for whatever reason. And that's another thing. Do some research. Like, as a whole, as people, we need to do better. Just be better people. Like, why is it so difficult to be like, wow, let me not treat the next person like a piece of shit? And I was gonna apologize for cussing, but I mean, it is what it is. You know, just be a better person. I mean, it's outrageous right now. I mean, with the world the way it is anyway. But yeah, let me get back to the actual subject at hand here. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you've been, mentally abused, if you've been emotionally abused, if you have even emotional conditioning, that happens from a young age, and we don't even realize it until, honestly, a lot of people don't even realize it at all throughout their life, and then the next generation, it just carries on. Because that's literally what happened to me. Like, I didn't even realize that anything was happening. I was just like, wow, I kind of feel like shit. What's happening? Um, but other than that, it didn't correlate. Like it didn't connect in my mind that ultimately there was a reason. And I have been conditioned to think that that is normal behavior. I'm not saying it's not abnormal because it's learned behaviors. So I have dealt with that all my life, from family, friends, like lovers, and I didn't realize that I had literally been a human punching bag my entire life. Even as a kid, my parents' friends would come over and say whatever the hell they wanted to me. And it wasn't nice. And I just kind of took it and was like, oh, that's fine, Like, no, the shit is not okay. But it's also something that a lot of us aren't even realizing that's happening to us. And if you do realize, do something about it. I'm going on to the next video.